Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to Ian's Adventures with me, Ian Lawrence, once again in the great outdoors. Now these videos are dedicated to you. I could come out and do this on my own and enjoy it just as much, but I do enjoy your company and I want to bring you along so you can enjoy the bushcraft, the wild camping, the equipment, the locations, all the different bonkers stuff that I get up to. And while you're here, if you like what you see, please comment below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on all my videos. Now go down below and look and you'll see a bell. If you really like what I'm doing, then just hit the bell and you'll get notifications when new videos come up. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Thanks for thanks for stopping by. See you in a bit. Bye for now. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to Ian's Adventures. This is probably the second time that's going to happen because, well, this will be first, it's going to happen again. I forgot when I did this video that it was New Year's Eve. You think you suffer obsessions, alright? I've become totally tunnel visioned. I do say Happy New Year at the end of this video. So this video is an opportunity for you on New Year's Eve to have a look at some of the stuff that I'm doing. Sadly, hang on, the Polish Lvu poncho is going to be going back up in the attic with its brother or sister. I'm not sure if it's male or female, because it's I'm working on a new shelter. We're making all new stuff, so now it's time for the shelter. I'm not going to give too much away now, but you're going to be going on to the process over the next 2 videos, how that's going to turn out. Could end up being 3 videos, but I think it's going to be 2. But I wanted to wish everybody at the beginning of this video a very, very happy new year, the best to everyone around the world, because we get people from all over the world watching these videos. So thank you very much for watching my videos over the last year or week, day, I don't care how long it is, because some people have been watching my videos from the very first time I ever uploaded a video. We've had this really long process over the last, I think it's like 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, it's been forever. But I want to wish you all a very, very happy new year, and I hope you stay with the channel and keep watching the bonkers stuff that I do. And I'm going to stop talking now, because there's one thing I can do is talk, and soon we're going to be going out. All this preparation is getting ready for 2020, because we're going to be going out doing stuff. And now I'm building a shelter. Say goodbye to the poncho shelter. It's going, all that work. No, it's not for sale. Neither is the old German rucksack. I'm keeping all these things. See you in a bit. Enjoy your video. Bye. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to Ian's Adventures with me, Ian Lawrence. On this occasion here again in the Magic Shed, preparing for stuff to happen in 2020. Now, up there you're going to see the rucksack I made, which is once again been, oh, fireworks are off already, been coated, prepared in Fabsil. I've got with a big tin. There you go. And that's been done again. So I'm not going to be taking a waterproof cover for it, because I made a little bag out of this stuff, and I filled it full of water, and no water came out. And I figured if I can make a bag and fill it with water, and that was just standard canvas, if I come to use canvas which is protected with Fabsil, there's not much going to get through it for time I'm going to be at, so I'm not going to bother with a waterproof cover. Anyway, this is what we're talking about. Now this is part of one of those house tents. A friend of mine acquired one off a friend of his, and he's basically said I can have it. And look at that, great big canvas, heavy duty canvas bag, just for starters. And we're going to pull this out. We're going to have a look what's inside it, because there's some beautiful high quality, this has hardly been used, it's like new, top quality zips and stuff. But I'm not going to use it for what it is, because I don't go on campsites and stuff. So we're going to be taking this systematically apart. Look at this, heavy duty plastic ground sheet material. We're going to be utilising it for other things in future, and there's no reason why we can't start making clothing, because this cotton is so soft. It's going to be lovely to use. Right, so I'll just get it out and see what we've got to play with. Right, as with the last one I got, this is in better quality actually. This plastic window stuff is pure clear, and all this material here is high quality, and I can see that this is like an inner, is it? No, it's not, it's the outer, isn't it? Because it's got a window. So this is obviously the main part of this particular tent, and this canvas here is brand new, and I've just got this given for nothing. So what I'm going to do, which could be seen as being blasphemy to many people, is I'm going to cut that main piece of canvas away from the rest of it, while keeping as many as the little ties on it and stuff and guy rope connectors as possible. And then we're going to look at this, because this, my friends, if all goes well, is going to be my shelter, because I love the Lavoo. But anybody who knows a lot Lavoos, wait a minute, I'll explain in detail. Right, I hope you can hear me. I'll have to turn volume up on this because this camera microphone isn't that good. But we'll get by. Now, the Lavoo is an awesome piece of kit, and when it's all together as a TP tent, it can stand quite a lot of pressure from wind. But the problem is, it's because its drive surface, it tends to take the wind on, so it causes a lot of resistance basically. And then when you use it as a lean-to shelter, anybody who's going to be true to themselves will say there's a tie next to his dog. There's a tie that you can pull out on, which is basically what you pull it up. I think it's around your neck, something, whatever. And you have to use that to stop the wind from causing it to bow in. So you put the poncho, is what it is, the pole, the Lavoo out, and when it's in normal weather, it's fine. It's totally waterproof as far as I can see, especially mine will have treated. But when the wind hits it, it tends to push it inwards and cause a lot of resistance, and if you've got a high wind, it won't be that difficult for it to be blown down. Now, they're ideal for woodlands and stuff like that, because trees around you are going to slow the wind down. But if you get out under the hills or open spaces, you're going to have quite a few problems because the wind direction changes and all sorts of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and build some kind of shelter system utilising this, and it's grey at the moment, but I will be colouring it as I've coloured the Lavoo, so it won't be this bright light grey. It'll be a much darker grey. Which will cause hopefully like a good form of camouflage when it's got that black in with this grey. But we'll have to see. But the quality of this stuff is ridiculously good. And instead of working against this and spending so much time sewing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at where this is and try to find some kind of configuration utilising the stitching as it is. In order to be able to create a shelter system that will fold down, because this is lighter than Lavoo canvas, which will fold down, which I can basically use one pole with, the pole that we've used for the Lavoo, and then everything else comes out and guy ropes around it, because I've got loads and loads of guy connectors and stuff in here all over the place. So right, I'll just get it. I'm going to cut the big part of the canvas out. All right, so this here is all the spare, and this has got steel catchers, it's got high quality peg loops, high quality zips, high quality cotton, and all this brand new opaque and clear plastic. There's loads of this stuff. To make a t-shirt, you literally, all you have to do is to put a t-shirt that you like and size on top of this, make a mark round it, get two pieces of this, put one on top of other, and then sew all the way around, and then double sew it on the neck and on the bottom. You've got a t-shirt. This is really lovely soft material. Yeah, I'm going to make a t-shirt. And I've been thinking about, you know, the Polish, I think it's Polish jacket I got from Lee Hammersmith. I'm thinking about using the fleece part of it, it's only in my mind at the minute, the fleece part as a jacket, and then using my canvas over jacket, there's a name for it, can't remember, over the top of that, and then having a jumper on. So instead of having the bigger jacket, I've got the fleece liner, the jumper, and then that canvas jacket on. Good, isn't it? Because that canvas jacket's been absolutely doused with fab silk as well. I'm excited for this. A lot of people don't get excited. I get excited. because now I can make, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to make my own shelter. We've made the rucksack, we've made the knife, we've made the cooker, we've made the cooker. Now with this canvas, which is literally like new, and if I hadn't taken this off Darren, it would have been going to the tip at the beginning of 2020. So this is, and people are going out and buying brand new canvas, and it's very expensive, and yet this stuff is totally waterproof, supposedly totally waterproof. It's a tent fly sheet, and it's got grommets already fitted, and all sorts, and tie loops and bits and bobs. All I'm going to do is lay this out, use my imagination and imagine how I can create a shelter out of it, and then I'll basically go away, dye it in a bucket, wash it through so it goes a lot darker, and then I just have to waterproof it with Fabsil, and I've got a shelter which is going to be, I mean, that entire thing is lighter than the Lavoo. And then I can fasten that half of that poncho to the poncho going in the attic, and I've got my Lavoo back out the way, and I can use that separately. Because some of these, I mean, these here, if they go to the ground, I'll peg them to the ground because I don't want wind blowing up. People keep saying, oh, I'll put some bungees or some of these peg loops on the bottom of my Lavoo to get some fresh air inside. Open your door if you want fresh air, or just peg the little windows open, because otherwise when it gets to winter or colder weather, that wind is going to blow under. You don't want wind blowing under, you want it nice and tight to the ground. And most of this is double layered. This is double layered canvas. I can't wait, I'm looking forward to it. Right guys, upward and onward. Yeah, upward and onward, that's it really. Right, so I've been upstairs. The only room I've got in the house which is big enough to put the piece of canvas out is the bedroom. So I've laid it out on all the beds and it went right over the edges. So I've trimmed, I came up with an idea. You have to look at a thing and just think, how can this work? What do I want? And I've always liked the idea of a shelter which I can utilise in the daytime, somewhere where I can store equipment while I'm doing things. Something which I've always liked, bivvy bags. You probably noticed I've done some camps with bivvy bags. And I've always wanted something where I can see out of at night, but something which covers me well. Now this is what I've ended up with, and I'll show you in a second. That is the Lavoo. So the Lavoo is actually bigger, so it's bigger and it's distinctly heavier, right? So I've put the Lavoo over there. So we're now working on this. I've dedicated myself to it. This is all the material I've cut off it, and on here there will be, and in the other bit there will be some ties which will get incorporated, you know, like peg loops, which will get incorporated. Now the idea with this is as follows. Now I found that it had one central, if it says it can find it, one central loop there where I can put a pole with a little, I've got one somewhere, with a little pole on top. You get me? I could pole with a little peg on top, so it can go through there, and that will go in there. So it is still using one pole. In fact, my pole, hang on, let me have a look. Is this going to be too high now? Possibly. Yeah, it's a bit high. So we're going to get a pole. I'll get a pole which I can just put in the bottom of my bag or that side of my bag, with a little peg on top, pole on top, or I can go out and get a bit of wood and do, you know what I do. And it's going to have basically, let me here. Get all this out. Let me get all this out of the way and see if we can mimic where we're going with this. You can sit here mumping, background mumping, because you can hear his daddy in here. Maybe that's going to be better, isn't it? Come on, oh, there you go. I need to get this end held. Right, hopefully that's going to do it. Right, you're probably not even, hang on. Right, okay. So you'll see that a peg would be at that end, and a pole would be just there. I think you can see where I'm going with this. Let me just straighten that up. Oh, I pulled it out. Hello. This end up like that. These two ends pegged out. That's going to work. And that way I've got enough room in there. You're not going to see this at the minute. To be able to do what I'm doing. And it's got all the area up there that I can utilise as well. You're going to see this in more detail when it's finished, because it's awkward to do in here, but I can assure you there's a lot of room in there. That's a lot of room. Right, I'm going to put this out on the lawn tomorrow, because you're just not going to see the benefit of it, but I'm going to I'm up here, come here. Right, I think you can see me. So we're going to see, it's got a big it's got a big reinforced ridge all the way down the spine of it, to there. Is that the right way around? No, that's the right way. Ha ha ha! And that's better, I think. Yeah, because that'll waterproof the spine. That goes like that. That goes on the inside. That's right. It goes all the way down there to that end. Oh, that's lovely. And then that means that these grommets here are on the sort of inside, and that's going to fold over that way. Yes, yes, it's purple at the moment, but that's not going to be purple. I'm quite excited about this now. So I'm going to go away now and sew all of the edge there and see where it needs reinforcing. But before we reinforce it, we need to see what it's going to look like with that sewn up and reinforced with just stitching on the edge. Alright guys, excited. We'll call this part 1, and then from tomorrow when I get on the garden we'll look at it, we'll call it part 2. All these points here, pegging points, are reinforced with rubber. That's awesome. Buzzing. Alright, tonight's New Year's Eve. A very, very happy New Year to everybody out there. My brain never stops. This is one of the projects. We're getting it all up and running now. This is going to be something like a greyer colour of that. Do you get me? So that's going to be dunked. It'll be really dark grey without this mottled effect in it. And I think it's going to look awesome. And it's canvas, and it'll be almost totally waterproof because it's really high quality new canvas, which is going to be soaked in Fabsil. Happy New Year. I'm going to take my brain off now and sew this up. Yes, I'm obsessive. New Year's Eve and I'm sewing a shelter. See you in a bit, guys. Happy New Year. Bye.